The recent conflict between Tigray and Afar is bringing forth many unexpected reports. It has been learned that the brief war has displaced thousands of people. International media outlets report that residents of the Afar region are being displaced in large numbers. The number of displaced people is known to have reached 18,000. A week ago, TPLF released information accusing the federal government of violating the Tigray border and causing damage, and criticized that militants with ties to the Semayawi party are carrying out attacks on Tigray. Information supporting this accusation is coming from the international media. TPLF seems pleased with this news. The Semayawi party is viewed by the TPLF as a severe headache. An accusation has also come from Fano leaders that the Semayawi party is conducting military activity even in the Amhara region, not just in the Afar region. The Semayawi party has also responded to this. TPLF stated that the Semayawi party is an enemy of Tigray. In a statement released a week ago, TPLF accused the Ethiopian government of organizing and arming militants operating in the Afar region. The TPLF alleged that the government is doing this to achieve its strategy of destroying Tigray and to cause the region's people to perish in conflict. TPLF's statement further claimed that the Ethiopian government is carrying out extensive deceptive work to mislead the international community and open another round of war using these militants. Following this news, an unnamed source close to Tigray officials told a French news agency that the attack in the Afar region was carried out by an armed group called Hara Merit or Tigray Peace Force, which operates in Afar. The report indicated that the official accused Hara Merit of having ties with the former president of the Tigray interim administration, Getachew Reda. The news agency mentioned that it did not receive a response to the question posed to Getachew regarding the matter. Weeks ago, the Democratic Unity of Tigray, or Simret, gave an interview to Reporter YouTube before issuing a press release in Addis Ababa. In that interview, they stated that they support the armed group, which has left the forces led by Dr. Debretsion, and is reorganizing itself in Afar. This group is called Hara Merit. It is recalled that Ato Getachew Reda previously stated that he was working to consolidate the large number of combatants heading to Hara Merit in Afar so that they would not be dispersed. Waziro Keria Ibrahim, a member of the Simret party, indicated in an interview with Riot Media that the Hara Merit armed group needs to be organized and consolidated. Ato Tamrat Adam, in an Afatog session, disclosed that senior military commanders traveled from Eritrea to Mekelle'S and, based on orders from Isaias Afwerki, gave instructions for this force to be destroyed or for another solution to be found, as it poses a problem for the planned movement. Ato Tamrat is a close associate of Ato Getachew Reda. He was one of the senior leaders under Ato Getachew Reda when he was the president of the Tigray interim administration. Ato Tamrat Adam said that elements of the Tigray army stationed in Hara Merit or Free Land, including army, division, corps, and senior commanders, have caused alarm for Debretsion's TPLF. In their assessment, TPLF now fears that they do not have a force that they can order to fight as we wish. Go here and execute this, according to him. Ato Tamrat, citing information he received, said months ago that those who are privately assessing this and drafting a Plan B with Shabia Eritrean government are making a wrong calculation. Ato Marada Ayalu, the coordinator of the media and communication sector of the new Simret party, confirmed that they support the Hara Merit armed force, which is a threat to Shabia. Recently, Fano leaders stated that the Simret party itself has its own command structure. Fano leaders accuse Simret of fighting even in the Amhara region. The Simret party, on its part, said that the claims made by the Fano leaders are baseless and then stated that they have information that Fano is working with TPLF and Shabia Eritrea. It is recalled that the government has repeatedly informed the United Nations that TPLF, Eritrea, and Fano are working to form a military alliance or cooperation. The recent fighting in the Afar region has drawn international attention. It is being said that the Pretoria Agreement has been violated. A French news agency reported that it learned from a Tigray official that the drone attack allegedly carried out by the Ethiopian federal government on Tigray forces last week did not happen inside Tigray territory. The report cited the Tigray official as saying that the drone attack was carried out on Tigray militants who had entered and were encamped in the Afar region near the Tigray border. News sources indicated that 16 people were killed and 22 others were injured in the drone attack, according to sources. The news agency stated that it requested information from federal government officials on the matter, but received no response. A relief organization worker, who wished to remain anonymous, stated that following the attack, allegedly carried out by Tigray forces in the Afar region last week, 18,000 residents of the Afar region, mostly women and children, have been displaced from their homes. On the other hand, it has been reported that Ethiopia has produced 300 drones in just 90 days. INSA, Information Network Security Agency, indicated that Ethiopia produced over 300 military and modern surveillance drones in the last 90 days alone. It was stated that the military drones have been in use recently and have been found to be extremely effective. The INSA institution stated that Ethiopia is advancing at a heavy pace in drone and military technologies, and its technologies and usage have proven exceptional competence, even being tested by fire. INSA further indicated that Ethiopia will multiply its production capacity many times over in the near future and will enter into large-scale production of various additional technology-equipped drones. It is recalled that the Ethiopian Air Force recently announced that it had conducted strict military preparation. The recent standoff between TPLF and the federal government has placed the city of Mekelle under a grave threat. Residents who spoke to Addis Maleta newspaper stated that since the attack, which the region claimed was carried out by the Tigray People's Liberation Front (TPLF) on October 26, 2018 EC, by crossing the Afar regional boundary into various towns and districts in the region, normal activities in Mekelle'S city have severely slowed down. Currently, there is no movement from Djibouti to Mekelle. Public movement within Mekelle'S has also become restricted. The price of commodities has increased. Additionally, recently, especially at noon, Mekelle'S streets are quiet and deserted. Militants are moving around in large numbers. Banks are facing a shortage of cash. Travel from Mekelle'S to Afar has been cut off. The public is living in fear of war, and young people are fleeing. A resident of Mekelle'S city, who declined to be named, told Addis Maleta that residents have been in distress since the alleged attack, fearing that the previous war will be reignited. Traders, whom he described as profiteers, have increased the prices of food and non-food items significantly, taking advantage of the situation. For instance, they indicated that the price of 5 liters of oil has soared from 1,500 to 1,800 birr. They stated that the price of other foods like macaroni, rice, and similar items has increased by 20 to 30% beyond the vegetables and foods produced locally and nearby. The commenter said that there is a question among the public. Why is this repeated conflict and war between brotherly peoples necessary? He also mentioned that in addition to the price increase, products are being hoarded. Similarly, another commenter, who declined to be named, told Addis Maleta that he is familiar with the previous war. He lost his childhood brother in the previous war and has no intention of going to war at all. He stated that the attack of last week, which occurred while Mekelle'S was in the process of recovering from the 2-year devastating war, has led to the city's stagnation today. Another resident interviewed by Addis Maleta mentioned the precautionary measure the community is taking in case of a war. This includes withdrawing money from banks and keeping it, which has resulted in long lines and crowding around banks. The resident noted that banks are responding with no cash replies, which is fueling the fear. What did Dr. Debretsion say about the recent situation? TPLF Chairman Dr. Debretsion Gebremichael accused the Ethiopian federal government of blocking a consultative forum led by mediators on the implementation of the Pretoria Peace Agreement. The chairman added that the TPLF has repeatedly requested international mediators to hold such a joint discussion. Dr. Debretsion made these remarks in an interview with the organization's Afar media and also responded to comments recently made by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed regarding the Pretoria Agreement and the legal status of the TPLF. The chairman stated that the TPLF has repeatedly requested the mediators and the TPLF to meet and discuss the implementation of the agreement, and that the mediators are also pushing for the discussion. However, Dr. Debretsion criticized the federal government, saying it is the one that has refused to participate in discussions held in front of the mediators. The chairman also criticized the mediating bodies in the same interview. He complained that they are not exerting enough pressure on the federal government beyond encouraging and advising on the implementation of the agreement, saying they are failing to exert adequate pressure. He recalled that the former U.S. Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa, Mike Hammer, used to exert significant pressure for the agreement to be implemented, and noted that after his departure or the failure to appoint a replacement, a clear gap was observed.